Hey y'all, so I didn't know I was going to be doing another movie review before coming to America that's going to come on Amazon. But so many people have been talking about this movie, Malcolm and Marie, on Netflix, starring Zendaya and John Davis Washington, Denzel Washington's son. I just had to see what it was all about. When I first saw the preview, I was just like, oh, okay, I love Zendaya, and I want to see two black actors kill it on the dialogue sense. It looked like a movie where it's going to be dialogue driven. But when the movie came out, so many people either hated it or they liked it a lot. It was just no in between. So it was just very polarizing. And honestly, I really wasn't going to watch the movie because it just seemed like one of those movies where I just got to be in the mood for it. And I just wasn't in the mood to just look at a highly dialogue driven movie, especially like me not knowing if it's going to be good or not. But yeah, for the past couple of days, I've just been seeing so many people talk about it, and I was just like, okay, I gotta watch it just so I could be a part of the conversation. So I turned it on, and I saw that the movie was less than 2 hours, like 1 hour and 46 minutes. I was like, whew, okay. If it's not good, then yeah, I don't feel like I totally wasted my time. But I will say, and I might be getting ahead of myself, but I will say it took me a long time to get through because I just kept pausing because I had other stuff to do. It wasn't more so like a movie that really caught my attention. But this is the backdrop of it. So when you're going into this movie, you know it's just going to be two actors. That's it. One scene. I wasn't expecting this movie with like an elaborate plot or a bunch of characters or anything. And with that, so I'm just going to give like a brief synopsis of the movie. I'm not going to tell you everything that happened. There may be a couple of spoilers in this, so you're being warned now. The backdrop of the movie is basically Zendaya and John's characters. They're coming from a movie premiere. John is a director. It was like a film debut, biggest night of his life. They're getting home. It's like 12 a.m. I want to say, in this huge house, beautiful house in the middle of nowhere. It looks like in the middle of like some desert. It's kind of creepy too to me. Malcolm and Marie gets home, and then Malcolm is just so excited from the evening. He's still like on 10, and Marie is just real melancholy and shit and smoking her pack of cigarettes. So then something that really stands out in this scene is a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Who don't have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese in their cabinet? 1 second, let me see if I have one. What do you know? I have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese in my cabinet. Look at that. I mean, it's good, y'all. I mean, I didn't make it how she made it because I was just like, is that how she be making it? I don't know. I know mine's come out way better than what hers did. Anywho, that's not what the movie's about, but it really did stand out to me. So the main issue of this argument is he thanked everyone but Marie. And that is solely where that argument begins. And throughout the entire movie, I kid you not, they are arguing. And it's a long argument of like highs and lows. And then at one point they're laughing. At one point they're about to have sex, but then they don't. But then they're about to have sex again, but they don't. And then they're going to have sex again, but they don't. I'm just like, oh my God. And why is she talking so much during sex or when they're about to? It is a lot. And so at one point, Malcolm gets on my fucking nerves, and at another point, Marie gets on my fucking nerves. But I think maybe Marie got on my nerves the most during this movie. But back to the mac and cheese. There's just this one scene where Malcolm is eating it in a way that is just so distracting from the dialogue that I'm just looking like, why is he eating it like that? Like a barbarian or something like that. And who eats Kraft macaroni and cheese by itself? Usually I cook this with a side or something like that. It better be some really bomb ass bacon in it or some type of meat or seafood in it to eat by itself. But just plain ass Kraft macaroni and cheese. Now see, this is the thing. You can tell how I like the movie right now because I keep going back to Kraft macaroni and cheese. But anywho, back to the movie. The argument is definitely elongated throughout the movie. At one point I'm just like, damn, is this what monogamy is like? Or are straight people just really this annoying? And this argument starts at 12 a.m. I'm thinking they were up for hours, like maybe until maybe 4 a.m. During this, I was just like, woof, I do not want to be in a toxic relationship like this. Why are these two together? Do they deserve each other? And then once you think the argument is over, it's not. and we're only like maybe 30 minutes in and you think it's over. Oh, no. Marie finds something else to dig at Malcolm about. Marie, I gotta say, she kept antagonizing him. There was just always something wrong. Once she thought like, okay, they're good. They're good. Okay, they're not again, because she just has a problem with something else that he did that wasn't just the issue. I was getting frustrated just like Malcolm was. But then Malcolm, he would basically blow her head off with insults. It was definitely emotional abuse. Like, they were both emotionally abusive. It's just with dialogue, I wanted to get something out of it, and I just felt like I was just in the middle of an argument. And there was this one part where Malcolm just went on this soliloquy of a review, a positive review at that, of the movie that he had that just went on just a smidge too long. It was very intense. Like, shout out to John Davis Washington for that scene, but ooh, it was just a lot at some point. I would pause the movie sometime to see how much time I got left. I'm an hour and 14 minutes in, but I got 30 minutes left, so we got 30 more minutes of arguing. And they were really giving it to each other. At one point, he's like, Marie, shut the fuck up. Straight couples, do y'all do this a lot with y'all significant others? Do y'all? Like, throughout the movie, they were reading each other. It was like emotional warfare. So near the last 10 minutes of the movie where we see that we're gonna get some type of resolve, it then just has that artsy ending where it's just like, they say a few words to each other before they go to sleep. The next morning comes, he can't find Marie in the house, she's outside, he joins her, thin. That's where the movie just breaks off. That's it. This was, like, the acting was good. I appreciate the dialogue between the actors, but what did I get out of this? And was I entertained? I just hate when pretentious people say, oh, well, you need to go to film school, or you gotta have like an appreciation for the cinema in order to understand what the director was trying to go to. Fuck that. I know whether I like a movie or not, and I just feel with this movie, like, we won't be talking about this in the next 5 years. Hell, in 1 year, I doubt we're talking about this movie. It didn't leave a lasting impression on me. It just wasn't for me. That's why I'm gonna just give it a meh. A meh. Instead of calling it Malcolm and Marie, they should have called it Malcolm and Marie arguing. Now, I know I might have gotten ahead of myself, but let me break down a few other things about the movie. So first, the music. This is what I loved about the movie. The music was just great. The score, like, it really set the tone of the movie, the different settings. I love the outcast at the end. The music really helped move the plot forward. It accentuated the scenes and the dialogue. And now the acting. John Davis Washington, I think he did a fantastic job, especially his long monologues. They were really good. And when you close your eyes, it's almost like you're hearing Denzel Washington talk. When he read her in the bathtub, when she was in the bathtub looking at him, that was a really good scene. And Zendaya, her character, if you watch Euphoria, it seemed like her character grew as if she aged maybe a few years. That would be the same character. That was the problem for me with Zendaya. Like, I enjoyed her in the movie. I thought she did a great job, but I feel like she always plays that deadpan, cynical beauty. Like, she does that in Spider-Man, she does that in Euphoria, she did it here. I'm not going to call her one note because I think she's talented, but I feel like I've seen this before out of her. I've seen this performance from her already. Now, I also think that she was miscast for this role. The optics between Malcolm and Mary, it's not Zendaya's fault that she looks like she's still a teenager, but she does. And it's just hard for me to see Malcolm and Marie together as far as like just the dialogue going back and forth, because she just looks so much like a teenager to me that the balance is just off, and it was just distracting for me to take in the scenes because she just looks so damn young. He's 36, I believe. He's older than me, just by like a year, but I think they needed more so like a more mature looking actress that would have helped, and I think another actress that would have brought more to the role. Like a Lupita, Aja Naomi King from How to Get Away with Murder, or the chick from Dear White People, Logan Browning. I think she would have definitely killed this role because she has the youth as well as the acting chops, and she doesn't look like she just came fresh out of high school at least. But that's how I felt about Zendaya's role. Like, I didn't think she did a terrible job. It was just, I just think she was the wrong actress for this movie. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. And last but not least, should you watch it? Would I recommend it? If you're looking for an entertaining movie for the evening, no. If you're looking for some dialogue and a character study, I would recommend it. And I would also recommend it just so you can join in the conversation and see what everyone is talking about. It's okay, but I would never watch this again. It has no replay value to me. But like I was saying earlier, I just really can't see myself talking about this down the line or rewatching it. It's just not a movie for me. Now, if you like the movie, please let me know why. Because like, I don't want to hear all this arguing and stuff like that. Yes, the dialogue is compelling. The characters are full-fledged. Other than that, like, why am I watching this? We're in a pandemic right now. I'm stressed. I have anxiety. Has my anxiety up, you know? So I wouldn't really watch this for entertainment value. So you can take that how you want it. And I think that's my short review for this movie. Would I give it I'll give it 2 stars out of 5. It wasn't the Wendy Williams movie, but it's just not something I would recommend. And I gotta say, like, I'm just meh. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't love it. And I think that's where I can end my opinion on it. So thank y'all for joining me for this really short review. I just wanted to just say my thoughts on this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back with Hoop Dreams and Heifers, Basketball Wives. And I'll have a new episode of Poli Sci I. And I might even have a new drink video. I might. Okay, so with that said, I will see y'all later. Bye.